Yeah, let's just give it a shot. I'll take it from the start.
It's rock and roll, man.
My name's Samuel Rogers. I'm the singer and songwriter and the guitarist of the SRB. There was always music playing around the house. I was younger. Mum and Dad, both big mods, so a lot of Paul Weller, a lot of Small Faces being blasted around the house. So as I kind of grew up, it was all second nature to us. And then, kind of got into, kind of music like Oasis and Blur. And just kind of got stuck into that and then started picking up the guitar. Well, my sister had a guitar. I was all collecting cobwebs in her bedroom. She stopped playing it, so I just thought I'd pick it up one day and have a go. And that was it. Yeah, never looked back. I started playing guitar and writing songs and performing gigs as a young teenager, and then thought, well, it's nice as it is. It'd be nice to get a band together, give you a bit of punch, a bit of welly. And Dad mentioned about Chris playing along to some of my songs, playing the bass. So I was like, okay, I'll have a listen. And then when I heard it, I was like, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. And very nice and funky and punky.
My name's Chris Moulton. I'm the bass player in the SRB. I'm called other things, but officially it's Chris Moulton. Well, Sam wanted to get a band. He was doing solo stuff on stage when he was younger, and he wanted to get a band together. And Pete says to him to give me a shout to see if I'd play, which he did. He didn't know I played, and I didn't know he played either. So there you go.
And then we kind of got in touch with Harry, because obviously I used to jam with Harry back in the day when we were at school in the school band. So I was like, Harry, do you want to blow the dust off the old sticks? Let's get jamming.
I'm Harry O'Dowd. I am the drummer in the SRB.
So I kind of said to Harry, look, Matt, it's a jam in a pub every week. So of course that swayed him to join the band.
How it started was I was in school with Sam. Me and Sam have always been in school together since we were yay high, since reception all the way through to finishing secondary school together. In that time, we started playing in bands together. As that went on, we went to different colleges. Ended up getting back together a few years after that when the SRB first started.
So then we started coming jamming here at the Grey Man. This is the band room of Boom, as we used to call it, in the spare room upstairs. And we used to rehearse there. It was great, man. Good songs. But like putting the songs together and working our craft.
So we'd finish up rehearsing in the band room above, pop downstairs, have a few pints, thank you Helen. And then we'd just be chatting to the locals, so we'd be like saying, oh yeah, it sounded good tonight, sounded loud, I like that one you did. So yeah, good times, man.
Because we're all kind of different with our influences in music. Carrie's very grunge, bit Taylor Hawkins. Chris, obviously, into his punk stuff like the Stranglers, loves JJ Burnell, and then I'm into a bit of everything. So then it was just nice to mix it all up and put it together.
Yeah, a bloke called Jean-Jacques Burnell at the Stranglers. When I first heard the Stranglers, I'd never heard a bass guitar playing like that in my life, and I wanted to be him. Basically, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
My biggest influence has always been Dave Grohl. Yeah, sort of a man crush as well, which is quite, I'm happy to admit it. Yeah, he's just an absolute animal on the drums. As I've got older, I've started looking at, more technical drummers, jazz drummers and whatnot. But for me, I've always been quite grunge orientated, quite heavy rock. So it's Dave Grohl's the guy. Yeah.
Our first gig was at the Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham. I think we were like low on the bill at the start, but then because it was our first gig and then we got a load of heads in, they ended us putting us at the top of the bill. I think that whoever was meant to be headlining only sold about 6 tickets or something, and we flogged like 100. So it was like, oh, we'll swap round. And yeah, it blew the roof off, man. It was a good gig. That's a memorable one. That sticks in my mind.
What my best memories? When we recorded down in Kings Heath. Turn It Up. Yeah, Turn It Up. That was the best time. It was great. It was done analogue, which obviously people are into all this stuff, they know about it, but we actually recorded live. It weren't all this separate into a click track and all that. We actually played live, and that's how it was recorded onto reel to reel. And it's still the best sounding LP we've done, in my opinion. I think the biggest gig we played was Islington O2. That's the biggest one we played, supporting the Spitfires, and that was good. That was brilliant.
That's first stint. I'd say I went for 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. Done some good gigs at some good places, supported some good bands. Unfortunately, that came to an end 7-8 years ago.
I suppose life happens and that, and I think H wanted to go off and do his thing, which is fair enough. And then, me and Chris wanted to carry on, so we carried on until the wheels inevitably fell off. I remember Chris even turned around and was like, I've had enough now. And it was just like, yeah, time to throw in the towel a bit. But it's what it is.
From that then, during lockdown, we had one of our old fans sadly pass away, Jack, and his family got in touch with us and they wanted us to play at his wake.
Jack O'Dowd used to follow us around the country and even take us to gigs himself in his car. He unfortunately passed away, and it was part of his, I don't know, will or wishes, whatever you want to call it, in his death, that he wanted the band to play at his wake. So the original band, which he used to watch. So I give Sam a call, and he was good, and I said, can you get in touch with Harry, because I hadn't even got Harry's number. And he did, and he agreed, and we got back together, and we did had a few rehearsals in the Green Man, in the back room.
So we got back together, rehearsed a few times, ended up going to play that gig in Natalie's back garden, which was a lot better than how it sounds. It went down great, the reception was well.
She's been from my help. If only I could cry out so she let looks I say I don't like it.
Which was, nice tribute to him. And it was good to like when we got back together. It was like we'd never been away, and it just felt like the time was right. The dust had settled from, when we kind of broke up the first time. So it was just nice to get back, play the old tunes. But no, it was a nice touch to him. Bless him. God bless Jack. We got chatting to his son Marcus at the wake. We were just talking about, we got all these old songs that we used to play, and it's just kind of collecting dust on the shelf because we never got them recorded the first time round.
But before it was just a shame that these songs were just going to sit and rot and gather dust. So it seemed like a good idea after a couple of bevies to go about recording them.
So after we played that wake, I kind of went home, obviously because it was locked down, so I asked to go. And I've got my MacBook at home, so I thought, right, I'm going to start recording some demos for this album. So, plenty of time on my hands. It's nice to just sit there and take my time making these demos, so it was all nice and prepped for when we got to the studio. And it kept me entertained for a bit anyway.
Won't you tell me stop your belly, come to bed to down. Well, it's such a shame, you used to have a name.
We got talking, so we should do like an album for old time's sake. So, kind of thought, well, let's do it, man.
So we decided to record the album, and here we are today.
One, two, three, and...
This record's a piece of the action. It's been long overdue, very long overdue, because we had all these songs back in the day, and like I said before, it was just a crying shame that they hadn't been recorded before. So it's nice that we got them down. We got 9 of them down, and then I kind of wrote a new one during the lockdown called Rest Easy. So I brought that to the band, and that really come alive when we were in the studio, which I'm looking forward to everyone hearing it for themselves. I was looking for a producer, so I was putting the feelers out, and then Andy Bennett's missus got in touch right now and said there's a guy Andy Bennett's been recording with called John Rivers. So we got in touch with him. And then Andy obviously caught on that we were recording, so he was like, mate, if you want a hand in the studio or whatever, I thought, go for it, might as well. Nice guy, and he's got plenty of studio experience when he was in Ocean Colour Scene and whatnot.
So my love has been on the run, while cats were chasing him and being far. But his mind, it breaks the hood. Not the birds have flown straight through their mouth, and they lose.
That's the idea. Yeah, man.
I'll have this all over it at the end. Just don't
Rest
take...
is above yeah. So we went over to Leamington. We called it with John Rivers and his guy Eddie Hewitt. both top pair of lads. You know, they understood us because we're a bit of an odd band, to be honest, not a typical outfit.
Hey! Ho! Hey! Get off me! No! This is comedy of errors, man.
So, you know, not everyone, I suppose, gets us, but, you know, I like that. You know what I mean? But so, yeah, they got us straight away in the studio. They knew what we were after, kind of thing. Very easy to work with, made you feel relaxed. And kind of wanted it to be raw, like how we used to play live, because, you know, when we were playing live, we were giving it well, proper raw. And they didn't want anything too polished. So we kind of kept it raw. And there's like just a bit of production in the right places.
Favourite track off the album? Well, a lot of them are old ones that didn't get recorded before. But my favourite one's Rest Easy, which is the newest track that Sam's wrote. So there's one new track on there and 8 or 9 old tracks. So, yeah, Rest Easy for me. I like that.
On the other side, it makes you feel alive. And it's for the best to put it all to rest. So rest easy, Harry.
My favourite track, it's definitely Sorry Home. Anyone that's watched us live, you know, I've got my own live dance to it. So that's out of retirement as well. Anyone that's going to come and see us, back dancing behind the kit.
Actually, I can hear bass. Where's it coming from?
You've always got to do the kick. Feet.
Oh, sounds like it. It's just when he's doing the high notes. Couldn't possibly pick because they're all my babies. They're all my little beauties. And I love them all for different reasons. So I couldn't pick.
I'm Pete Rogers, I'm Sam's dad. Been involved with the SRB from day one, really. All behind the scenes kind of stuff, doing a lot of running around and gigs and taking them here and taking them there and sorting this and that out. This album's been a long time coming and all the songs stand up for me, always have done. When the lads play them live, great songs, the way they've been put together, or, you know, the involvement of all three of them, fantastic.
So, yeah, me and my dad were driving home one day from a gig and we were talking about possible front covers. We were on about Bullet Biter, the song. I would say if we'd done that as a single, we'd have one, you know, geezer with a bullet in his teeth. And then, yeah, we were just bouncing off each other with the ideas, and then eventually it's become what it is now. It's just like a big pot of ideas. And it's very well done by a guy called Tom Kinsella. Yeah.
We've got our album launch coming up on the 11th of Feb, which is actually my 30th birthday weekend. So I've got the album launch on the 11th. On the 12th is my 30th party, and the 13th is my 30th. So it's planned out perfectly. Big weekend planned. Well, we're going to release this album come February next year. That's the plan. And who knows what happens afterwards. We'll see. But, you know, it's been nice to just get this album done for old time's sake and for the old SRB army to, you know, sink the teeth into.
We're just three lads from Kingshurst, you know, a lovely little council estate in the east side of Birmingham. We're all into mad music, and it's just great when we get together. It's sort of just got a natural bond and understanding when it comes to making music together. It's great.
You know, people will be pleasantly surprised when they get a copy of this. So yeah, that's all I can say about them, and I love them to bits. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but no, honestly, it'd be well worth it. Get along and see them.
So, yeah, still pretty rocky SRB, man. No messing.
So you want a piece of the action, see what it tastes like. Go fill up your satisfaction, raise your flag high. It's you who comes up with the caption for your own image. So get out and see the attractions, you gotta live it. The action, yeah, yeah. Come and grab a piece of the action now. Sometimes I think you're forgetting the point of it all. There's no need for regretting what you made your call. And if you just keep on letting things spoil your day, then why